Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Today, I want to get back there. I wonder how I can get back down. I hope we can reach back down there from this door, perhaps. Since we just jumped across. Also, I want to do something in the options. I want to put voiceover volume just a tad bit higher. So you guys can hear it better. There we go, let me adjust my audio. Okay, all seems good. Now what is this? The radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Okay. It's buzzing. A giant ass print on the pillow and the pattern of a coffee ring on the armrest. Let's see. Is this a magazine? Book. La Fume Vol 1, number 4. Also, what? Yeah, it's we're half day here. A standard office file cabinet. The doors seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, I'm kidding. What is this?
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
Oh.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Wait. I need to stop thinking about communism for a second, because this might be a crime scene thing. I gotta stop thinking about communism while I do investigations. Okay.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Okay, let's look through the folders.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming in.
Sorry about that.
From the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Okay. Materials coming to Revengel. What materials are coming?
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Okie dokie. Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Oh, I have a really low chance for this. Volition. Wait, do I have any Wait, where's volition? Volition. There. Oh, I have really low psyche, huh? That's not good. Let's try it. Let's go gambling!
Look how blurry all the
Damn.
lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
I see, damn it.
Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes start melting into each other.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
No, of course not.
Good. This is probably not relevant to our case anyway. After all, we are not investigating an accounting mystery.
Okay, I need more volition if I
The
need
drawer
this.
slides shut smoothly.
Oh, yep, okay. Okay, I think we should start thinking about communism again. Oh, you always gotta think about communism. Okay, unless we find our crime scene. What is this? It's a postcard. I'm just getting some items. A postcard and a book. Okay, the book says The leading intellectual organ of Martian communism. Oh, more communism books! Crazy. Offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frissel with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head. Interesting. A laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river, a little more than a decade after the war. The eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. I feel kinda bad for stealing stuff, I won't lie. Let me take this magnesium, Hey, this adds to my visual calculus. Awesome. And the thing is, the game is not saying that I'm stealing stuff. So I should care, but I kind of don't. Is that a phone?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Damn, okay. So, anyways, we gotta think about communism because clearly the dock workers seem to be interested in communism too, so perhaps we can help the dock workers and all that, you know? What is this? This is a Devi typewriter. The model name is on the back. And this is every worker member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Ah yes, unions. And at the bottom the union logo. Demand democracy. Indeed, indeed. You are so right, my friends. Okay. Can I talk to Kim about anything? Okay. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a passcard. Fuck! I need to talk to the union leader. Okay, let's read about communism before we talk with the union leader, okay? We need to talk with the union leader. Okay, because I mean, communism is clearly, you know, popular here. They're unionizing, they're doing the good work, you know, fighting the good fight. So, let's read this.
This quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why the antlers?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Interesting. In this universe, white antlers are the symbol of communism. That's cool. Why Friesel?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
I see. Makes sense. Let's flip through the pages.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Yeah, well, that's what these books are like usually.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Let's check out the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism.
Mm-hmm.
But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel,
Sorry about that.
La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
Okay, and I wonder what the radical truth is. And well, I mean, it is true that we have to be careful with communism, because there are a lot of enemies. Like the higher class wants to, like the rich billionaires want to get rid of it because it goes against them.
Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership.
Mm-hmm.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
So please, if you value a radical Mazovian perspective on Should I... Yeah, I mean, everything is in order. I mean...
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Let's catch up on the international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine.
Also, shouldn't I get back to work? But then again, I'm gonna read about communism. I mean, we... Oh right, I was gonna read about communism because we're gonna talk with the leader. And you know, maybe the leader will be nicer if we're communist too, you know. But I mean, we are communist, but like, I gotta get my theory correct. I gotta read more theory, comrade. Hold up. This section includes a long, tedious critique of latest rounds of free trade negotiation between the EPIS nation and the Free State of Semenine.
You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Book riots in Yugograd.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Okay, fuck it. Let's read about the bear wrestling. Also, interesting how all of these things seem to have, you know, class checks when you read these things. Like your reaction speed is like, oh, bear wrestling, okay.
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky himself.
Okay, hold up, I got a cough again. I hope my microphone works fine after that. It sounds fine at least. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Anyways. Okay, yeah. President Knesinski.
According to this extremely credulous account,
I learned
Uncle
something.
Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
Uncle Sport.
Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected president.
Interesting.
Sapormat Sport Kanazinski is well into his 3rd decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, he's known for 3 things: brutal repression of internal dissent, monumental corruption, and a near pathological obsession with physical fitness.
I see. So the question is he actually bad? Like, is he corrupt? Like, how is his country doing? That's the question. because um, corruption is a really interestingly defined thing that's not always true. And for example, there's a lot of corruption in the West too, but it's not defined as corruption because there's like, it's done in legal ways. This is like a really nuanced topic that I cannot talk about because I have read about it a really long time ago. So I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not qualified to do so, but I suggest researching it. Okay, let's go to the bear wrestling.
It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases, woman, against one bear. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation.
Is it a brown bear or a black bear?
According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
That's awesome.
This is the SRV we're talking about. If you think those are the real numbers, there's probably a guy who wants to sell you a bridge in La Shirt.
I see. SRV. Okay. Yeah, well, they might be faking the numbers, I don't know. Probably. Because it's hard to fight a bear if you're out of shape.
That's very much the idea. President Kaczynski has long maintained that a strong body is the best defense against capitalist aggression.
Okay, the whole bear thing is crazy. Like that shit's not gonna fly, but he's not wrong about that. Now, I'm not gonna say to torture yourself, but like if you are able to, you should I recommend having a healthy body. And I say that as a person who currently does not have a healthy body. And I'd like to get better too, honestly. Well, I've started to eat healthy, but I gotta get back to workouts. I have done a few runs lately, and that's good. But like, yeah, it's important to keep yourself in shape if you are able to. Note, you don't have to, but I feel like that's important because, well, you know, if push comes to shove, you can, well, run away. That's usually the best defense, but well, it depends on the situation, but you know what I mean. You know, like, yeah. Then again, these numbers are probably not right. Anyways, I don't know, where even is the SRV, honestly? But it's always good to catch up on the foreign affairs.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Yep, let's go to the Kunst and Kultur.
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur
Kunst and
must
Kultur.
mean arts and culture.
Ah, arts and culture indeed.
Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you.
Okay, yeah. This is a problem I have had with some communist literature. I don't know why they do such a thing, but yeah. I mean, in some sense, it's good to be, you know, culturally, have like, it is, what is the word for it? Like, it's cool to know different words and stuff, but also, it's not always the best. It's, it's sophisticated, you know. It's cool, but at the same time, do we really... If we want a message out to the masses, do we really need to type in languages that are not for the core audience? Okay, anyways.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
Computer science or Counter-Strike? You decide. Anyways.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tourney, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The Tip Top Tourney is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Okay, interesting. So they're just racing. Let's read the profile of CS.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's read. Let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers.
I don't think that's what they're gonna say.
Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. What's wrong with
Where
it?
to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not good to have the what do they call it? What I forgot to. Well, I mean, like it's not to have good sports if the sports are an orphan crusher or something like that, you know. Why did I forgot the name of the "Don't build the" meme? It's something. It's like a death dome. Don't build the death dome or something. I don't remember that. Anyways, yeah.
So, all of it, basically.
Yeah, okay. Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has two bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka.
Yep.
There's no way those are real names.
So why are they not real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
I mean... Clearly you've never talked to non-binary people before. I should know, I'm one of them. Anyways, so... do I really have to ask? Okay, let's go with... I know what's bad about sponsors. What about the good motor crash?
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest.
That's true, that's true. Audiences would indeed quickly lose interest.
At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'd more like enjoy the racing.
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
I mean, I do love brand names burning.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Kim, do I really have to say that? That's crazy. Okay, well, Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tourney for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think
A
so.
certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality.
Indeed.
If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
That's true. That's true.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Okay, so I didn't pass some sort of a check in here. I did pass a check here. Okay, let's see what the local concerns are.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike.
I mean, yeah, that's good.
You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white.
True.
Martinez tames the wild pines.
Mm-hmm.
A city in revolt.
Yep.
First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta.
Hell yeah.
Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I mean... Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's true that charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Like, there should be government housing for everyone, honestly. Or a chance for it, at least. At least that's what I think.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward.
That's true indeed. Also, even if rent was like a fair thing, I mean, let's say for the sake of argument that rent is fair, they're still, you know, getting much more money out of you than the rent is actually worth. Like, I know they gotta make profit, but they're just like milking you extra. Like, oh hell no. Fuck landlords. Anyways. Yeah, like, yeah. Capitalists love wealth redistribution. Also, yeah.
It's true. The rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days.
Yep.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Okay, I have now read the magazine. At least some of it. Why am I shaking? Hello? Okay, that was odd. What am I thinking?
Guillaume Le Million.
Yes!
Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
I see. What are the bonuses? Pain threshold. Blood oxygen is boring. All psych learning caps raised by 1. Crazy. Okay, cool. That's cool. Also, look at this beautiful art here. Oh my god, look, it's like his brain is leaving his body, or his soul, I mean. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. Cool. We still have some... Let's see. 1 hour and 47 minutes on that, and 1... Okay. Cool. The thing is, I feel like I need to learn about communism before I, Okay. Wait, why would I forget? You can forget things. I don't think that would be a bad thing. Huh. I don't like the fact that I can forget things. Oh. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. I see. Oh. What does pressing Q do? I pressed Q accidentally. Okay, let's see. So it's locked, right? And I need to talk to someone. Damn it. Okay, well, oh, it's raining. Wait, can I walk here or not? No, I cannot. Okay. So I really would like to get down from here, you know? The 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. So I've been here, huh? We can enter there. We can't see that thing from there. You know, I'd like to go back. Oh. All around you, great machines in quiescence. Wait, maybe I can go back to the inn from here. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. I might have come a bit too far here. I'd like to go back, please. I might have goofed up. Wait, what is that saying? White pine trees are printed onto the screen cover. Looks like the forest under snow. Let's see. Should I flip through my book to wait for my thoughts about communism to come up? So I can talk to the guy? Maybe I should do that. I can use this to burn time, right?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside.
Wait,
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
okay, let's look at the unsolvable case.
AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
I see. Now keeping them off the streets would be evil.
Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years.
Damn, okay.
It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. you uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Which, who did what? I can check. Leslie will take his pants off when he's drunk. Okay, so yeah, it was Leslie who is doing public indecency.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger.
Mm-hmm.
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner.
Mm-hmm.
You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it.
What the
In the
hell?
process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke.
Mm-hmm.
He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore.
Yep.
Can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved.
Okay, so this just ends with, it just ended with a brawl, drunken brawl. But this sucks because now this sucks because, well, I mean, birds can't walk anymore. That's terrible.
Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
How close am I to this? Pretty close. If I read two more, I can get into those. But then again, okay, I can revisit
Not
this.
much has changed in the meanwhile.
Okay. I should look into this. What's going on here? So can I go down here? No, there seems to be stairs there, but I can't use them. Odd.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
I need to stop thinking about this if I want to
This
look
is
here.
the watchman's booth. The name on the door.
Okay.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Wait,
You
actually,
stand and exit the booth.
wait, that takes time. Damn it! I'm gonna look
If you
inside.
must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Yeah.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Let's take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform.
Mm-hmm.
The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Wonder what the carabinier uniform is.
Why did you take that?
Wait, can't I just put it back? I just wanted to look at the photo.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Okay, let's leave. Is there really nothing else here? You know what? Let's take the rest and think about communism. Wait, what can I do here? I need to talk to the leader, but like...
This is the night walk. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat.
Let's breathe
Stale
deep.
air floods through your nostrils. Not a single mote of dust floats inside your lungs, though. The inside of the booth is immaculate.
Don't want any of that thing to help
You
me.
stand and exit the booth.
Okay, so we can't go down there. Oh, dang it. I always do that. So wait, how do we get out of here? So we need to talk to someone to get out of this place, but I don't know how. Damn it, damn it, damn it. What should I do? What the... I mean, I guess I could try to make the phone call, if that's the thing I can do. Is there really nothing else I can do here? What is this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
I see.
Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Okay. I don't wanna look into that now. What is this? Oh, some meds. Don't mind if I do. But didn't I also take a picture with me? I wish I didn't take the picture. A black and white photo of a couple posing in front of the Ferris wheel. The girl is young and pretty. The man is clad in fancy uniform and smiling. On the back, very steady hand, it has written the words Cravachol Fair, summer of 91. Okay, so it's quite old. There's some money in there. Real. You see the faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund. Now, how do we get out of here? We can't go that way, it seems. Oh. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machine is sleeping. The speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organize in the yard below. So how do I get back? How do I get back into the place that I have issues? The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. What is this? I can't seem to open it. Interesting. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Oh, there's a guy up there. Hi? How do I get out of here?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Normandy.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
True, I'll just leave for now. Let's check the container. I wanna learn about. I wanna think. Get my thinking about communism right before I talk to those people. The coffee in giant thermoses is still lukewarm. Stairs made of pallets leading up. And that must be the big boss. It's kind of chill. Let me Okay, 50 minutes, so I can go over 2 cases and then I'll talk with the boss.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised.
The square bullet hole murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead.
Uh-huh.
She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
I see.
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
That's right. It's the square hole.
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
Uh-huh.
One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Okay. The man with the square gun. We gotta think about that. The man with the square gun, huh? The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
So, is that really bad? Some assholes brought the couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know... I mean, that sounds fun. I bet they looked like a rock band, honestly.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual.
Well, I don't think smoking cigarettes is very intellectual, but yeah, I see.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Okay, cool.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Okay, good thing. Now I have thought about communism and all that stuff.
Lonesome, long way home.
So where's my home, huh? Oh, look at that.
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay. So I can go home now. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 I don't want speed! Oh yeah, look at this home. Sitting on the bed, alcohol in hand. That's slowly staining me. I'm just melting into the couch. Crazy. Okay, cool.
Mazovian socioeconomics.
Okay, let's see.
0.000% of communism has been built. Even child-murdering billionaires rule the world. with a ship.
True, true.
All he's managed to do is make himself sad.
Mm-hmm.
He has started to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory.
Uh-huh.
It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth.
True.
Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
That doesn't sound too good. But wait, left-wing dialogue gives more experience now. Okay, good. What does downrodden Inva communist mean? What? Inva prefix. Yeah, it's like, I know it's like, means invalid. What? I know, that's a very common word, and it does mean invalid, yeah, okay. But, like, how am I a disabled communist? I don't get it. Oh, that's crazy. I guess it's play on the fact that you are like the being aware of things makes you paralyzed, you know? Okay. Interesting. So I have one less authority now. So I have plus minus 1, okay. So I have 0 authority. Damn, rip to my visual calculus, that's unfortunate. I'm glad I got my cool shades. Okay. Okay, I can get home here, good. Okay, lovely. So anyways, now I can talk to this fella here. Who hopefully lets me get out from the place. Wait, what? How can I get up? Like this? Okay. Fish on the wall. Taxidermy fish that tells time. Hello?
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
Okay, who is this guy?
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Mm-hmm.
With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
So, are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to
I'm
stop
Dubois.
by. Please, have a seat.
Dubois. Dubois. I can't pronounce that, but that's my name. I wonder what... So we know our first name starts with H. Could be Harry, could be Harold. You know, I'm going with Harry because it reminds me of... Isn't it that... I don't trust like that. Isn't that the bit? Like, I don't trust like that. Isn't that the Harry bit? I just... Harry, I don't trust like that. Harry's car place. I don't trust like that. But that's my name. I already butchered how to pronounce that though, but that's my name. Okay. I wonder, I could be Harry. Okay, I'll go with Harry for now because I don't trust like that. Harry's car place. Okay, anyways.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
Okay, Lovely. Hello, hello.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta make do what you have. And well, if this guy is just sitting here all the time, he needs the biggest chair, but, you know, we need the smaller chairs. I mean, I'm fine with small chairs, but then again, Harry and Kim are probably kinda older, and so sitting on such chairs might be uncomfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Okay.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Okay.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
So that's my name, I suppose. The thing is, I'm not sure if I should ask this because I don't want to show weakness here. If that makes sense. I'll take the seed.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Uh-huh. Let's remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Yeah, well, we're kind of stuck up here.
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, damn it, I can't remain serious.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say.
Lawrence Guard? Who was Lawrence? Who was Lawrence? Do I know Lawrence Guard? Wait, let me see my... Right, it was the... It was the person the manager.
This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Thank you, my friend.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, that's only 25 though. It should be... Wait, it's comically large. That's silly. Wait, so you know Guarded?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
Yeah, that's cool, but wasn't the... Wait. Didn't I have to... Didn't I owe about 120? Yes, I know. Okay, yeah.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Why would I not thank him for it? With a grin, he it's like you're on the game. At least don't thank him for it. Why do I not thank him for it? I mean, of course I'll thank him for it. He's giving me a check.
Don't mention it. But also don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course I won't forget it. I'm now help with the Union, of course.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not kidding.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
I have a lost gun?
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun. Lost gun.
I have a lost gun? Oh shit. Moral critical? You...
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eaten them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
What? What the hell? I didn't... I'm done, I'm not... No one likes cops.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown.
What?
He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When
Do you have a
asked to-
quick time event to take meds?
to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. It's because the Furrows lost that match, said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out.
Did I just lose the game? Like, that's game.
The deranged former cop's partner commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all.
What the hell? Wait, hold up. Well... Wait. Okay. Where did I last save? Here? Okay. What the fuck? I didn't know that it was possible to lose this game to a quick time event. I was about to take those meds, but I forgot how to take them. This game does not forgive. Also, I need to quit very soon. However, wait, how much progress did I lose? Oh, jeez. Half an hour of progress, that's crazy. Ugh, and I need to quit here. Shit, looks like I should be quick saving more often in this game. I didn't know it would just kill me outright. That's actually insane. Well, I guess we'll be going forward from... I just... Okay. It's what... I did not expect to get killed by a fucking QuickTime event. I didn't know there was even a QuickTime event in this game. If I knew that, I would have just taken the meds immediately, but I was like, oh, I can inspect the situation before I take the meds, because this is a chill game. The game was not in fact chill. What the hell? Okay, that's crazy. Also, I wish the game autosaved a bit earlier, but I guess it didn't. Damn, I gotta start quick saving this game myself then. Okay, well, lesson learned. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna load this and I'm gonna quickly play to the point where I was. Okay? you can skip to the end of this episode now. Now, where... Okay. I regret taking that photo, so maybe I won't take it. Oh, we haven't even done this. Yeah, okay, okay. Let me see.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
No. Wait, did I... Wait, map? Okay, right. Did I... Okay, I have the millionaire now, so I did read the communist book, right?
The face of King.
Yep, okay, good. So let me read all of this. Interact.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the... It takes about half an... A.K.A. Leslie and Burke. A.K.A. The pub... Leslie,
Yep.
the only way for Leslie
Yep.
to stop flashing his genitals.
Proceed.
threatening. It's plain to
Yep.
see from the files that she...
Public
Satellite
indecency.
officer JV. Good. He must... In the pro... He came at us. Can't get
Mhm.
out. Which is also why the officer responsible... It
Yep.
would be... That's all you... Who knows? One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Mm-hmm.
Some assholes brought their Yes, as you said here, total...
Wait, I said rock last time. Damn it, I goofed up.
worst. So they were
Anyways.
leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took
Yep,
cigarette
okay.
butts, coffee cups. No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that not much has changed.
Okay, good. So I got back here. And, I got the things now, right?
Lonesome, long way home.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
Same stuff.
Awaits. Mazovian
Mhm.
associate
Okay, good.
evidence.
Yep. Same stuff. Okay, good. We got all of this stuff on our mind. Yep. Okay. So now we know more about communism. What is this? All our new grades machines are in conversions. Yep. Let's read that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go out here and
A rusting control marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
yep, interacted with that. Let's take the stuff from here, I suppose. Let's do this. Yep. Yep. Let's look at this. Uh-huh. Right, so I can press here to put up my moral. Okay, yeah, good. Whale Fjord. In Arden. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Said that I can sprint while... Oh, if I double tap, I can sprint. Oh my goodness. I'm getting some screenders there. The CPU up above is hardly quiet. The great machines are slaving. Probably do the strike. Okay, yeah, yep. This is still untouchable, right? Yep. Smells like blood. Yeah, I can't open that thing, whatever that is. Okay. And then there's that thing we can read about. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna quick save right here. I mean, to save the game right here. New save. That's crazy. Okay. So we are out here. And we gotta look up what we can do here. But we'll be looking at stuff in the next episode, eh? We are in about the same position. Wait, there's stuff here that I didn't notice before? You know what? I'll take a quick look. What is this? Oh, there's even more money around here. That's crazy. Of course I'll take some money with me. Why not? I didn't notice those before. Okay, maybe it was good that I died. Okay, let's save the game again. New save. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching this episode of Disco Elysium. I'm glad we got back to the same position where we were before. So in the next episode, let's try to talk to that person again. And let's hope we don't die immediately again. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode of Disco Elysium. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye bye!